My fiancé's freeloading brother always asks him for money, and I discovered he is using my debit card to fund him. So, I am giving him an ultimatum. My fiancé's brother Chris moved to Mississippi from our hometown 2 years ago to be with some girl he met online. Chris has always been the type to make terrible life choices, and my fiancé is always the one who bails him out. My fiancé does this because he has survivor's guilt. They lived with their father growing up, and their father hated Chris with a burning passion for whatever reason, but loved my fiancé, Heath, so Heath saw a lot. Yes, they both got out physically, but mentally, Chris was ruined. He refuses therapy and gets into trouble constantly. He is 33, and my fiancé is 26. So when Chris left to go to Mississippi, I worked 100 hours a week at the hospital while Heath stayed home. He had no income. However, I started noticing money going missing quite often. When I checked the bank statements, Heath handled them because he was an accountant for a couple of years and better at budgeting. I noticed a SHT ton of Amazon purchases and money transfers through FB Pay. When I confronted him, he told me his brother and the chick didn't work out, so he helped him with hotel stays, food, and essentials. It's important to note that during this time, I was pissed because of how much money was being spent and limited him on what he could send his brother a month because it was not my responsibility. So I didn't make him stop, but limited him. Well, budget cuts went through my hospital 2 months ago, and I was cut, along with 340 other employees. 4 wings were closed down, mine being one of them. So I am currently unemployed, but Heath works constantly now. I also just got back my taxes and a big chunk of money. Last night, Chris called, and Heath shut the bedroom door, but I walked in roughly 10 minutes later and saw Heath had my debit card in hand, typing in the info on Amazon to buy his brother over $400 worth of SHT, books, board games, playing cards, nothing he needed. I ripped the debit card out of his hand and ask him what the FCK he is doing, and he just looks at me like I am an and asks WTF? I had the nerve to do that. I told him I was not fishing out $400 worth of SHT to his brother, and he goes, my brother has nothing to f-king do, and this is the only way I can help. He said since I got back a ton of money, I should be willing to help, especially considering he gets his paycheck Friday and can make up for it. I still said no. He is now saying I am a controlling soul. Update: today, Chris called Heath again, but Heath was in the shower, so I answered. Chris immediately started talking, not realizing it was me on the line. He asked Heath to help him buy a car, saying he was tired of being stuck with no transportation. I was floored. I ripped into Chris, telling him he needed to start taking responsibility for his own life and stop relying on Heath to bail him out whenever he made a poor decision. I clarified that we were not his personal bank and that his constant demands strain our relationship and finances. He told me Heath owes him, and I told him they were no longer children. Making his brother sorry for something he is not at fault for is deeply concerning, and he should get himself checked. He called me a B, and I told him that this B owns the money he is leeching. I told him that he should go f-king work. When Heath came out of the shower, I confronted him. I told him about the call and how I had handled it. I clarified that I would kick him out if he did not stop giving his brother money. I love Heath but cannot keep supporting his brother's irresponsible lifestyle, especially at my expense. Heath looked shocked and hurt, but I could see he understood the gravity of the situation. He promised to talk to Chris and set boundaries, but only time will tell if he will follow through.